Hello. After all that, we're a bit steamy, you know. I was reminded this morning by a certain person just about a few life lessons, just very, very simplistically put. A particular person isn't going through a great time, and I said to the person, don't forget, everything is temporary, everything. You know, so although it doesn't feel like it now, in a day or two, or a week or two, or even a year or two, because it's still a temporary arrangement, isn't it? Life will be very, very different. You know, and when you go through difficult times, when you feel life is kind of kicking you in the head a bit, you know, hello, it's important to remember that whatever you're going through, it won't last. You know, this too shall pass is a good saying, isn't it, really? And don't forget to count your blessings. You know, you've got much to be grateful for, I'm sure. And it led me on to the simplistic way of thinking, which I often do. And, hiya, you okay? You okay? We should be very, very grateful. You know, I'm grateful for a lot. I'm 55. I know I lie, I say I'm 26. I'm 55 and I'm still alive. And I'm in reasonable health. And I've got a roof over my head and I've got food in the cupboards. You know, I've got a dog who loves me. I've got friends. I've got hobbies and interests. I've got a good life in many respects. Could be better, could be worse. So all these little things, you know, that we tend to forget, don't we? You know, they're blessings. We need to remember who we are, what we are, some of these things. I live a life that I've created to quite a large extent, therefore I feel quite free in my life. I feel less conditioned than a lot of people. I feel less programmed than a lot of people. I feel more dog than a lot of people. Excuse me, Bode, you have to get over there now. Thank you. Good lad. So just remember those little simple things like that, you know. And that led me on to thinking about, oddly, think about like borders and countries and stuff like that, because I've got quite a lot to be blessed and grateful for. Now, other people in other countries that are going through terrible times, they may not have what I've got to be blessed and grateful for. Which puts me in a position of feeling even more blessed and even more grateful, because through purely a set of circumstances, we are all born and given an ID. We are born into this set of circumstances, and then you're told this is your name. Sometimes you're told or given a religion. You're told how to act. Sometimes through a set of circumstances, the education around where you live, your environment may be very, very good, or it may be very, very poor, depending on which country you're in. You may have police and army in the streets with guns. You may have terrorism all around you, or you may have country fields and spring meadows and the freedom to walk them. It's all a set of circumstances. And thanks to your two parents, however they met and got together and they had you in that country, if you live a relatively free life, then it's all thanks to just a set of circumstances. Now what people do with those set of circumstances is probably up to them, but let's have a swig of my coffee or so. That's better. Some people, they end up arguing and moaning and whinging and whining and fighting about their religion that's not theirs. It was just given to them, you know, by their parents. Or they fight over a flag of a country. Oh, this is my flag, I'm going to protect it. You know, and it's just because of a set of circumstances you were born in that country. What if you were born in a different country? I suppose that flag would be important to you, would it? Or that religion. And it is purely a set of circumstances. And if you zoom out of the earth, if we go floating up in the clouds and we see the earth as a ball behind us, down there rather, you know, there are no borders. We can't see any borders. They're an imaginary thing that we have created, or we don't like, I don't know, whoever, the French or the Spanish or the English or the Americans. We don't like them, therefore, you know, there's a border they cannot cross, you know. And it's one planet, one world, you know, we should be able to go where we want, do what we want, and we should all feel blessed, you know. And I think if we work for the greater good, you know, I think if we work for the planet, so a country that produces lots and lots of food could give some to a country that doesn't have a lot of food, you know, etc., etc. And it can go on and on like that, really, you know. So we look after our own, which is human beings. Just my thought for today, really. Beautiful day, sunshine. Something else to be very blessed and very grateful for is Mr. Solarface doing his job. Beautiful. Okay, I'll be back soon. Take care. Be well. Try and be beautiful.